What if the most powerful tool you have for creating real change isn't some complicated technique, but something you use every single day? We're talking about words. So in this explainer, we're going to dive into how mastering the art of language can let coaches, healers, and hey, pretty much anyone, fundamentally shift reality.
Okay, that's a pretty bold claim, right? You can create alternate realities. But according to healer and coach Rahul George, this is the true potential we unlock when we go beyond just talking. It's the idea that words don't just describe our world, they actually create it.
So how in the world does that work? Well, the core idea is that the words we choose, both for ourselves and for others, literally construct the world we experience. They're not just labels for things. They are the actual building blocks of our reality.
And look, this isn't just some abstract, philosophical idea. The source for our explainer today really emphasizes that this is a learnable craft. It's all about moving past a simple appreciation for nice-sounding language and getting into the deep, practical application of its power to shape and totally change lives.
This whole philosophy is built on a really solid foundation. We're talking about nearly 2 decades of work here. That's 20 years of honing this art, of seeing firsthand how specific words can create these incredible shifts for people. It really gives weight to the idea that this isn't just theory. It's a skill you can absolutely master.
Now here's where things get really interesting. You'd think mastering words is all about becoming a better speaker, right? But actually, it starts with the complete opposite. It begins with a much, much deeper form of listening.
For any coaches and healers out there, this is so important. The simple act of truly listening, of being totally present with someone's story, can itself be the very thing that sparks a transformation. You see, change doesn't always need some grand intervention. Sometimes it just needs to be truly heard.
And this right here makes a crucial distinction. See, hearing, that's passive. It's just noise coming in. But listening is an active process. It's about decoding. You're paying attention to the emphasis on certain words, the hidden implications, the emotion that's really driving the conversation. That's where the real story is.
So, you can think of this whole craft as having 2 parts that are totally connected. It's kind of like an inside-out job. It all has to start with an internal practice before you can ever hope to move to an external one. Have you ever wondered why a new healing method or some coaching technique just didn't really click for you? Well, the source suggests that the missing piece is often our own internal dialogue. Before you can guide anyone else, you've got to get a handle on the words you're using with yourself.
And the process is actually pretty clear. Step 1 is the inner work. You have to master your own self-talk. Only after you've really started that journey can you effectively move on to step 2, which is the outer work, using your words to guide and help others. True mastery always flows from the inside out.
So, what's the big payoff for all this practice? It's a profound personal transformation that happens first in you, the practitioner, and that's what gives you the power to then help facilitate it for other people.
This is the key. You have to live it to give it. When you apply this craft to your own life, and you start to notice these tangible shifts in your own reality, that's when you truly understand its power. Your personal experience becomes the most potent tool you could ever have. The source material has this beautiful term for it, living the wish fulfilled. It's this amazing cycle where you first use words to create the change you want to see in your own world, and then, from that authentic place, you get to share that magic and help your clients do the exact same thing.
But it's so important to remember where this all begins. This entire process of creating massive change doesn't start with a group or a movement. Nope, it starts with just one person. It has to start with you. Your personal shift is the cornerstone for everything else that follows.
And from that single starting point, from that one person, the potential becomes limitless. It's incredible. Once you've created that initial shift in your own reality, you unlock this ability to create a ripple effect of positive change for countless others. It doesn't just stop with you. It echoes outward, from one to infinity. All right, so we've covered a lot today, from the power of a single word to the huge ripple effect of personal change. So let's kind of bring it all together and think about what this really means for you right now. So if you're going to take anything away from this, let it be these key points. Remember, words actively create our world. Deep listening can be way more powerful than speaking. All mastery, all of it, begins with your inner dialogue. And finally, your own transformation is the key that unlocks your ability to help others. And that brings us to the last and maybe the most important question of all.
Now that you know the true power you hold in your hands and in your voice, the only thing left to ask is this: what reality will your words build?